Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I got the best WNBA picks in this one because, guys, what happened? We cashed out yet again. This was the last week of results over on the VIP. And, guys, we have been crushing it specifically on Underdog Fantasy, specifically using this one strategy, which I'm going to go into today. And then we're going to break down my 4 favorite picks as well, which use that exact same strategy. Before I get into anything, first up, do me a huge favor. Drop a like on this one. It takes you 2 seconds, completely free. I come on here every day, drop picks for you guys. And I really just truly want to help you guys make money on these apps, because we know these apps are genuinely billion-dollar companies, and there is a way to beat them, because if there wasn't a way to beat them, they wouldn't be limiting their profitable bettors. I've been limited on these apps before, and if you guys actually want to win money, you will follow these strategies and you will become rich with these apps, so much so they don't even want your business anymore. That's basically the goal. Now, let's get into the picks for today, because obviously we always got to take it one day at a time. But look at what happened this last week, guys. 27% ROI on the week. And of course, it's just a week-long span, but this is recently, since Underdog Fantasy has made a huge change to their game. And I'm going to explain to you guys exactly the math that helps us win these picks, right? Win a ridiculous amount. We go 26 and 30, which isn't even that bad because we're taking 4-leg parlays, and we are profiting 160 bucks. This is for a $10 better. I got a screenshot of somebody who is a $10 better in the VIP. And guys, that means that they made 16 units in a single week. That's outrageous. Now, and that's not even our best month. Genuinely not even our best week. Let's keep going to my best advice, because if we talked about, if you guys are watching this video, you want to make money, right? Plain and simple. But people are not willing to put in the 5 minutes, the 10 minutes that it takes to get on a new app and actually take advantage of the sign-up offer. I don't understand why. I'll never understand why. But if you guys do not lock in and claim your free $300 by just signing up for Rebet, PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy, I can't help you at all, because that is the step number 0, not even step 1. Step 0 to starting to make money on these apps is by signing up for as many as you can and maxing out the deposit offers as much as you can. In this case, PrizePicks is giving you a play $5, get 150 bucks when you win. So if you use code BAM on PrizePicks and you play your first $5, you could get 150 bucks once you win. Boom. Put $5 in, 150 back. Obviously, you got to play through that. But once you play through that, the app is basically just betting on you being a sucker and not, winning and losing and not being able to withdraw your money when it's the right time. You guys aren't going to do that. You follow the strategies, you follow the methods, you bet with plus EV and arbitrage, and you make money. Now, Underdog Fantasy, play $5, get 50 bucks with code BAM. Rebet, up to $100 deposit bonus. Whatever you put in, they're giving you that back, right? If you put in 50 bucks, you're giving you 100. Put in 100 bucks, you're giving you 200 to double in your deposit. And that's with code FFBAM. So if you guys sign up on PrizePicks, Underdog, and Rebet, use code BAM on PrizePicks, Underdog, use code FFBAM on Rebet. Go right now, take 10 minutes out of your day, and claim your free 300 bucks for signing up for apps. Literally not even doing anything. Just signing up for apps. It makes no sense not to do this. Now, and also, it's worth mentioning, now is the time to stack money. I've been stacking money on every single one of my accounts, just genuinely building it up slowly but surely, because when NFL time comes, we're doubling our unit sizes up, because we're going to be with enough ammo to lock in on that huge season of profit. And once that NFL season hits, which is less than a month now, 3 weeks, we are going to be cooking. You want to be there. You want to be having your accounts already stocked, ready to attack the NFL season. Now, let's get into the picks for today, because we're talking about 4-man flexes on Underdog Fantasy. This is by far and away the best slip type in all of sports betting right now, because what Underdog Fantasy have done is they basically made their 4-man flex payouts this exact thing. If you don't care about math, by the way, and you don't really care about why you're making money or losing money, you just want to see green and red, and basically play slots on a casino on your phone, skip ahead 2 minutes, because we're going to talk about math real quick, right? If you do care about math, well, let's get into it. On the 4-man flex payouts, Underdog Fantasy have changed the game, so they're not paying 7.2x when you go 4 out of 4 and 1.8x when you go 3 out of 4. This is a huge difference from a 4-man flex over on PrizePicks, where PrizePicks, just to give a baseline, right, almost every app is similar to PrizePicks. PrizePicks pays 5x for a 4 out of 4, or sometimes 6x for a 4 out of 4, depending on payout shifts, and 1.5x for a 3 out of 4. That's a huge difference, right? And for if you just do a 4-man power play on Underdog Fantasy, it's going to be 12x, and on PrizePicks, it's going to be 10x if you go 4 out of 4 on a power play, right? But the method that is crushing for us is these 4-man flex plays right here. This is the good stuff. That looks really bad. But this is exactly what has been cooking for everybody over on Underdog Fantasy. There, that's better. Because what this means is if you guys go in and you do the math, right, and you say 7.2x if you go 4 out of 4, 1.8x if you go 3 out of 4, and you really break it down to how much do I need to hit each pick at, it's a 51.8% hit rate. That's insanely doable. Insanely doable. You need to hit 2 percentage points better than a guy playing blindfolded on Underdog Fantasy, guessing higher or lower like he's never watched sports in his life. You need to be 2 percentage points better than that. And thankfully for you, the picks that I sent out on the VIP are hitting it this week over a 60% hit rate. So we are crushing the number that we need to hit, crushing way over the bar of 52%. And this is on a standard higher or lower, right? Not a ridiculous goblin or demon. And to give you guys a baseline of, well, what does that really look like compared to other slips? Well, let's look at the most popular slip in the whole world right now, which is the 57% hit rate that you need just to break even on a 2-man power. 2-man power on PrizePicks is what so many people take. 2-man power on PrizePicks pays you 3x, and it looks simple, right? If I get 2 picks right, I get 3x. That seems fair enough. No, PrizePicks is stealing your money. This is why PrizePicks has made billions of dollars, because they think, people, I mean the users, think that they're getting a good deal. They're getting absolutely ripped the fuck off. 57% is the bar you need to hit at, 7 percentage points better than somebody hitting it at random. And that's just straight up very, very unlikely. Very, very unlikely for anybody to maintain that over a long stretch. So, Underdog Fantasy is basically just saying, you know what, guys, if you are at least 2 percentage points better, you can make money. Thankfully, I'm sharp. We got models, we got AI, we got a whole bunch of stuff, tools that we look into, and I also know a lot about esports. So we're able to hit way over 50%. But you at home, even if you're not paying for the VIP, even if you're not on the VIP team, which by the way, it's free to join, you guys should be able to crush on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you guys sign up with code BAM, play your first $5, get $50. And guys, this isn't going anywhere. So if you want to wait for NFL season, make money then. I literally have no problem with it. Just get on Underdog Fantasy and play your slips there because you will make more money. Now, let's get into the plays for today. We're obviously taking this as a 4-man flex on Underdog. You guys might have guessed it by now. And this is going to be Caitlin Clark on the over at 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Will be our first play of the day. One of my favorite plays right here. She hasn't hit this more than not this season, but she is clearly heating up right now, playing a ridiculous 34 minutes a game in these last 7 games right here. And guess what happened? In the last 8 games, she's hit this in 6 out of those last 8. So it's a clear correlation. When the minutes go up, her production goes up, and her production in the last few has been going up pretty astronomically. You can see 30, 10, 31, and then 41, 36, 42 PRA in the last 3 games. She has been on fire right now. Is it a tough matchup? Yeah, but it's also one of those matchups that's going to be very, very close and down to the wire. You can see the spread right now is at 1.5, and they're actually these slight underdogs, but it's basically a toss-up. When you see a game like this, where it's going to be a very, very close game, very down to the wire, you can expect that the star player will likely get a lot of minutes down the stretch, not like a blowout game when they'll probably sit the last couple rotations of the game. So this was very, very positive looks right here for Caitlin Clark. It's also worth mentioning that other apps just straight up have her at a higher rate, and this is a pick that I was able to find using DailyGrindFantasy, or at least confirm using DailyGrindFantasy. You can see that Caitlin Clark on the over at 35.5 PRA is a good pick. DailyGrindFantasy is like, I think, $50 or $60. You can get 25% off your first month when you use code BAM25. The link is in the description. Point being, this just helps you find profitable picks. So if we were talking about, for example, you guys are wondering, well, yeah, I think I can hit at 52%, but I'm not really sure how. Well, just go to Daily Grind. They give you the odds to hit based on other apps in the market. And look at what's happening here, right? We can see the Caitlin Clark pick, and we can just see other apps. Well, DraftKings has it at 37.5. FanDuel's got it at 35.5, but at minus 125. Caesars, Better, Flip, PrizePicks, all these have it around 36.5, honestly. And we're getting it at Underdog Fantasy at 35.5. Obviously, it makes more sense to take the over on Underdog. That's what's called a plus EV pick. Now, getting into play number 2, we're going over to Bridget Carlton on the under 22.5 PR. This is another pick that I found on Daily Grind. And guys, this one, it's just straight up good value. Every other app basically has it 21.5 except for DraftKings, who's got it at 22.5, but at minus 126 odds. So they're obviously favoring the under in this case. And it's not just that, guys. Bridget Carlton, although it looks like she's hit a lot recently, and she has hit in 3 of the last 5 games, this line is too high because she's hit the under in 67% of games this season. And with no major injuries to this team, it really just doesn't make sense to hit the over. 22.5, I do like the under. Now, getting into play number 3, we are going over to FFBAM on the over at 12.5 PR. Might be my favorite play of the day. This is genuinely just too low. I think it should honestly be at 14.5 or even 15. She's hit this in 8 out of the last 10 games, and she's not just hitting it, guys. She is crushing this line, going for an average of 17.5 in the last 10 games. It's ridiculous. And it's not just she's been on a hot streak recently. No. She has been crushing it all season long, going for a 72% hit rate on the season. And it gets better, guys. It gets better. The head-to-head, well, okay, she got 0 right here. Clearly didn't play that much minutes. In one game that she's played up against Chicago this season, where she's played a regular amount of minutes, 31 minutes here, she crushed it, 21 PR. And guess why? This Chicago defense is one of the worst in the entire WNBA. Points allowed, they're literally towards the bottom. 11th in the WNBA. And rebounds allowed, 15th. You guys know what that means. This is a horrible defense. This is an elite matchup for FFBAM to go ahead and exploit. And I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this. Her minutes are on the uptick. I do like this a ton. Is she going to play 30 minutes in this game? Likely not. But even if she gets out to like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I think getting to 13 PR should be more than enough. More than enough time for her to get 13 PR. Now let's get into play number 4. It's going to be Clea Copper on the under, 27 PRA. This is another really good one. We're just really, threading the needle on this line here. 27.5 is just slightly too high. If it was at 25, I'd probably feel very differently. Even 26, I'd feel differently. But 27.5 is a little too high. This season is the under in 65% of games. Last 10 games should the under in 8% of these games. 80% of these games. 8 out of the last 10. And just hit the under in 4 straight. And she's really on the downtick here. You can see these last few games, 26, 25, she's made very close to the line. In the last 4 games, she's barely even cracked 22 or 23. So I like this one on the under a lot for Copper. Obviously, not the best matchup for her, but it's kind of a middle-of-the-road matchup, let's be real. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. One more time. Please, for the love of God, take this as a 4-man flex play on Underdog. It is the best play you will ever see, and you will literally make more money. And even if you're a losing sports bettor, you will lose less money taking a 4-man flex play on Underdog. It is just the best play for the consumer and the worst play for the app. The app does not want you to know this. The app wants you to keep slamming 2-man powers on PrizePicks, but thankfully you watch BAM Sports, and you know which is the smartest bet to take mathematically. That's all I got for this one. I appreciate y'all watching the video, and let's make some money on the WNBA over on Sunday.